I remember Dragon's Lair in the arcade as something completely mental. It was nothing like I'd ever seen before, where you effectively play a cartoon. At a young age I couldn't grasp the idea of QuickTime events, so I never bothered with it. It didn't get ported to many systems, but I picked it up on the Mega CD eventually. Okay, it wasn't quite the quality of Laserdisc, but it did an okay job. But is Dragon's Lair the Legend on the Nintendo Game Boy any good? Well, let's have a little look. What can we expect from this game? With it being on a Game Boy, there isn't going to be an animated movie with QuickTime events. Well, it's now a side-scrolling adventure platform game. You play once more as Dirk the Daring on a mission to collect all pieces of the life stone that has been shattered by the maid before she died, and to stop Modrock from getting hold of it and using it for his powers. In this game you can only jump, there's nothing else to do here. There are no enemies, only hazards to avoid. Pieces of the stone are in every scene and you must collect all of them. They are rotating cubes that are easy to spot. Once all pieces have been collected, you can then take on Modrock, or so you think. But is this game any good? No, it's not really. The good thing about this game is the graphics and music. The scenery looks amazing for the system. There's lots of detail, which sadly becomes its flaw. You don't know what you can stand on. An example to put this into perspective is, if you take Sonic or Mario for example, you know the platform is a solid object. You know you can stand on it. Here, you just can't tell, until you realise every part of the scenery has multiple layers to it. So a tree, you might think you need to reach the big piece of the branch, whereas you can jump up multiple parts of it, as it's divided into invisible sections of platforms. The music is really good and doesn't get annoying. It has a nice tone which suits the game well. The biggest issues is the controls. Now it may seem fine from a viewer's perspective, but try it yourself and you'll soon see he controls like a brick in treacle. There are no precise movements to his jump, it's all or nothing. He jumps diagonally and has no control once in the air. And if you don't time the jump correctly, you're heading for disaster. And knowing what is a danger can be an issue too. You'd think if you jump off the minecart, you'll just land on the tracks and walk back to the start again. But you'll die. Trying to jump on moving objects is a gamble as you need to time your jump perfectly, or you're going to die. The sound effects aren't too great, and the jump sound effect just gets irritating very fast. There are no levels to this game, just one continuous run, and that's not a bad thing, but with all the hazards along the way, it just seems very drawn out. And once you've collected all the stones, you don't fight anyone. Well, you don't have an attack move, so how can you? The game just finishes. I couldn't get very far, but I've seen a playthrough and it's just not worth your time or patience. If this game had obvious platforms and better controls, this wouldn't be so bad. It wouldn't be all that different from Dr. Franken, but it doesn't do you any favours, and because of that, this is a game to stay far away from. Thanks for watching. If for some strange reason you like my videos, please consider subscribing so I don't feel so unpopular. Do you know what I mean?